All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live stream here, approximately 1:02 p.m. right here on the East Coast, here in New Jersey. Happy Labor Day. Happy, unfortunately, unofficial end of summer. So, we have some things to talk about today. I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream, but, you know, this today, it's just not been there's nothing around. I figured, oh, let's go live. So for the quarter 4 of my YouTube channel, I am looking. Well, we're still going to continue my YouTube channel, obviously, but quarter 4, we're looking to revisit Willowbrook Mall. We're going to revisit the Cherry Hill Mall. I actually trying to plan that for tomorrow because I go back to school on Wednesday. So yeah, it's pretty sad. But we got to go to school. But you know, and I'm also coming. I also on my list for 2020 for the fourth quarter is Washington D.C. It's also on my list. I go twice annually. That's will be the second time in 2021 I'll be going. So, hey, what's up, Mohammed? How are you? And I'm trying this new what do you call it? Streaming service called Melon because StreamYard discontinued. So yeah, I'm looking into Washington D.C. for the fourth quarter this year. Hopefully, I can squeeze in a Philadelphia trip, but unfortunately, Philadelphia got the floods on the Vine Street Expressway, so it's going to be hard for me to get in and out of there for a little bit. But yeah, I'm also looking, and finally, it was announced over the summer that the American Dream Meadowlands will be opening the luxury wing called the Avenue on Friday, September 17th, 2021. So in 10 days, that wing will be opening, and I'm looking to visit there sometime within that week. I'll be going there because finally this is now 20 years coming, and finally they finished the project. So, yeah, but other than that, my August, what do you call it? I filmed for the first time in Tennessee, already. So yay, I went to Tennessee. The Hamilton Place Mall, I'd recommend you guys, if you ever visit Chattanooga, Tennessee, to visit the Hamilton Place Mall. It's a very nice mall. It's actually one of the only malls I filmed at in Tennessee. I really enjoyed Atlanta. I went to Georgia Aquarium. The exhibits were pretty good, but also the elevators were nice at those places. But you don't go to museums to ride elevators. You can ride the elevators while there, but you don't pay admission to get into a museum and film. Just ride elevators and not look at anything. So yeah. And then also in Atlanta, I went to the Delta Museum. That was a huge thrill. I went to sit in the lie flat seats at the Delta Museum. Just what do you call it? Just like I want to fly in a lie flat seat one day. Not good. I just uploaded some videos I filmed at my pool day at his Princess Royal Indoor Pool yesterday, and I lost another subscriber. Aw. I don't think I've lost any subs for my channel, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm definitely definitely going to Washington D.C. in the fourth quarter of this year, and definitely going to American Dream. Those are the two things I can promise. But yeah, but other than that, just summer. We'll do a summer year in review. Hold on, let me pull up my. I know. Okay, guys, I'm going to share my screen because now we're going to do a summer year-end review. Okay, so let's go all the way back. Wish there would just be a button that I could hit to get all the way back, but that is what it is. Okay, we're getting close to the beginning of the summer. Yeah, I'm to do Memorial Day to Labor Day because that's the pretty much in season things of the summer. Here we go. So it all started, my summer all started with the Philadelphia International Airport elevators, and I was heading to Jacksonville to the northern Florida for Memorial Day and the first week of summer. So I filmed at the Jacksonville airport, and I filmed quite a few elevators at the Philadelphia airport. And here we go. So yeah, I got the elevator at the Jacksonville airport, and I stayed at one of the most historic resorts in St. Augustine, Florida, called the Casa Monica Resort. And then I filmed at the parking garage in St. Augustine, the only one, I believe, in the city of St. Augustine. Then I went to the Avenues Mall in Jacksonville, Florida, one of Jacksonville's top shopping destinations. I couldn't make it to St. John's Town Center, unfortunately, because I then moved to Amelia Island. I stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. These two videos from the Ritz-Carlton, which had really nice touchscreen elevators. Then I went over and visited the Omni Plantation in Amelia Island, which had 6 Otis elevators. Then I went over to the condo complex next door to my resort, to the Ritz-Carlton, and filmed these 3 Kone MCEs. Then I went back to the Jacksonville International Airport to fly back to my area in Philadelphia. Then I filmed all the parking garages at Philadelphia Airport, along with a few escalators. I uploaded my trip report of my flight home. Then I went to Jersey City. What do you call it? I filmed the PATH train for one of the very first time. I think that was the second time I filmed the PATH train in my history of the channel. Then I went to the Newport Center Mall in the 525 Passage, which something you do in Jersey City. Honestly, the Newport Center Mall is sad, especially Sears. Not the main part of the mall, but Sears was really sad. There were holes in the ceiling in Sears. It was just a sad thing. Let me check the chat. Yeah. Then I filmed the Hudson Bergen Light Rail in New Jersey Transit. I filmed the parking garage that I parked at. And I filmed at the Hyatt on the Hudson, but I just went there and went to the bathroom. I just filmed the escalators there. Then I took a trip to Rockland County, New York, and also Westchester County. I went across the river for a little bit to go do something across there. And I filmed the Metro North, and I filmed at the Hotel Nyack. Stayed at the Hotel Nyack, and then I did my annual filming trip at the Palisades Center Mall in West Nyack, New York. Then after that, I had a little bit of a hiatus because I went to camp. Then, as soon as I got home, I went to the King of Prussia Mall in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, to do my annual filming trip. This year, only elevators were filmed due to the excessive amount of time I spent last year at that mall in August 2020, while there was no vaccine, and filmed everything. So I just wanted to make it quick this year, just film the passenger elevators, and that's it. Then I filmed a Crate and Barrel for the first time also there. Then I went down to the shore for a day and filmed the train at the Bradley Beach train station. Then I did my annual filming trip at the Menlo Park Mall in Edison, New Jersey. Then, after that, I met up finally with my friend, well, fellow YouTuber, sort of YouTuber. He doesn't really post on YouTube, but he calls himself JBM Ryder, and finally filmed at I finally did my annual filming trip at the Westfield Garden State Plaza in Paramus, New Jersey. And I filmed at the Outlet to Bergen Town Center in Paramus, New Jersey as well. Then we had a couple rainy days and muggy days, so I decided to discover something new. It's called virtual rail fanning. So I looked at several traffic cameras from the Washington, D.C. area and where the metro is located. So, like around I-66, in what else? I-495. I looked at some traffic cameras and I found out you could actually see the metro trains and you can watch those things for as long as you want. So I just did some virtual rail fanning for a few days in the end of July. Then I took a trip down to Atlantic City, New Jersey. I filmed at the Tropicana Casino. I filmed about everything there. And then I took a brief visit, like really brief visit to the Hamilton Mall in Mays Landing, New Jersey, since I hadn't been there in a couple years. And I couldn't film at H&M or Forever 21 since I got there 5 minutes to the mall closing. And it was a Sunday. The mall closed at 6 p.m. Then I filmed at then I filmed at the Resorts Casino, which is the oldest casino in Atlantic City. Then I filmed at Hard Rock. I filmed also Green. Then I filmed at the Caesars for the first time. And then I concluded my trip filming at Bally's Hotel and Casino. I couldn't film at Oceans due to me having to leave for some reason. I was going to film at Oceans and I was asked to come home for some reason. But yeah. Then I did some more virtual rail fanning on some muggy days in early August. Then I did my annual filming trip at the mall at Short Hills in Short Hills, Millburn, New Jersey. Filmed everything: elevators, escalators, service elevators. Then after that, I took a brief roadside stop on my way out to a rural area of Pennsylvania at the Courtside Square across the street from the King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, for some Panera Bread. And while there, I got some elevators, got 3 elevators. 2 were epic fails because we were behind locked doors. But yeah, I did that. Then I did my annual filming trip. Well, this year I did it sort of early at the Quaker Bridge Mall in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. And then I went on a travel tour with a bunch of teens. And then I took a brief stop on my way down to Williamsburg, which was my first stop, at the Westfield Montgomery Mall in Bethesda, Maryland. Just filmed the elevators there. I was not too critical about filming the elevators at that mall, but I did because we were there. Let me check the chat. And then I filmed at the Embassy Suites by Hilton in Williamsburg, Virginia, where I stayed. Then I filmed the Busch Gardens Williamsburg Railroad. Then we stopped at the Virginia Museum of Transportation, which didn't have an elevator, unfortunately. Virginia Museum of Transportation did not have a vertical transportation mode, just so you know. Then I finally made it to Tennessee. I filmed at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, where I stayed. Then we visited Wonderworks in Pigeon Forge. There are 2 elevators at Wonderworks. I've also filmed the inversion tunnel, since that's one of the key attractions there. Then things sort of got out of order here, but then I filmed I tried to film at the Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede, but my counselors said no, I couldn't, because those elevators, unfortunately, are for wheelchair or people with disabled only. And then I went to Dollywood the next day. Finally made it to Dollywood. I filmed the Dollywood Express train, and I filmed some of the elevators at the rides at Dollywood. I had the ADA disability pass, where you go in through the ADA entrance and you get a time and you wait the time outside the line. So yeah, I got that. And then I did a little vlog at the Stampede. Then I went to Chattanooga. Or no, I went to Gatlinburg after that. I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, filmed at Ripley's, believe it or not. Then I tried to film at Walgreens, but the Walgreens elevator in Gatlinburg was only for employees only. And then we went to Chattanooga. I filmed at the a scenic elevator at the Ruby Falls in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Then I went to the Hamilton Place Mall in Chattanooga, Tennessee, to film all the elevators and escalators there. We ended up stopping there for lunch and shopping, and I just went around and filmed the elevators there. Then I made it to Atlanta, Georgia, I filmed the glass elevators at the NBC Suites by Hilton in Atlanta, Georgia, and Buckhead. I also filmed the parking elevators as well as the tried to film the service elevator. I couldn't because it was in the laundry room. I was like, "What is this elevator?" I was like, "Oh, it's a service elevator." I did a review of it, and then I did a hotel room review, which I don't do very much. Then I went to the Ponce City Market in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, I forgot you. I went on a dinner cruise and they had an elevator in Chattanooga. And what else did I do? I did that, and then we went to the Delta Museum, and when we went to the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta, Georgia. I filmed all the Otis elevators and escalators there. Then I went to that was it for Atlanta, I think. And then I filmed the Skyview Ferris wheel in Atlanta as well. Then I filmed in Florida. I filmed at the Trade Winds Resort, which I stayed at in Tampa, Florida. Also, keep forgetting MARTA videos were also snuck in there, but we didn't really use MARTA while there. But I just snuck a couple videos as we were passing by and MARTA's trains were passing by. So yeah. And then I went to Busch Gardens, Tampa, filmed the Serengeti Express there. Then, unfortunately, it was time to go home, and I filmed the trip report home, and I filmed one elevator at the Tampa International Airport, and then I visited the new LaGuardia Airport Terminal B in East Elmhurst, New York, where I landed. I filmed a couple elevators and escalators there. Then I filmed a couple elevators at the Westfield World Trade Center. Then I took the PATH train back to Jersey City. Then I did a couple virtual rail fanning during the flooding that happened this past week. Then I went into downtown Princeton and filmed a couple elevators, and I refilmed the Nassau Inn since I hadn't filmed that in 3 years. So that was my what do you call it? Annual summer review. Next review will probably be New Year's Eve, as usual. I do New Year's countdown and the slideshow for my channel. That will also be happening in the fourth quarter of 2021. Normally December 25th I do it, but then sometimes I do premiere a couple days earlier. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, but that's not for another 4 months. You don't need to worry about that right now. Right now, you need to focus on, for those who are frequent viewers of my channel, to focus on Expected Trip to Washington, D.C. and Expect American Dream Meadowlands. Those are the two highlights of the fourth quarter of 2021. So that's going to do it for this live stream. I know there's not a lot of people going on, but bye, everyone. Good luck to the start of school for those on the East Coast and starting this week. And I will hopefully talk to you guys soon. See ya.